As hunting season approaches, a lot of us are going to be looking for snake boots. So I'm going to tell you which ones I have been using for the past couple of years, so stay tuned. So here in Texas, as most of us know, we have a lot of rattlesnakes, especially further south as you get. In the more drier, arid counties, they're going to encounter more snakes. So a lot of people start, the hunt for snake boots. Which snake boots do you get? There's a lot of variety. There's a lot of price gap between, some of the top end snake boots and some of the lower end, cheaper snake boots. So I'm going to tell you a couple things that I look for in a snake boot. At this point, I've had at least 4 or 5 different types of snake boots. And some of the things I look for are comfort as far as the soles. How do the feet, how does it feel on my feet? If I'm going to be out there hunting all day, especially dove season, I'm going to be doing a lot of standing, maybe a lot of walking. I want something that's comfortable on my feet. The next thing is grip. And where am I going to be hunting at? If I'm going to be hunting in a place where I need a good fair amount of grip, or just grip in general, a lot of, once we start entering October, November, sometimes I will be using my snake boots even into that colder months. And if I'm going up to like maybe the hill country where it's a little more rocky, I want something with a little bit more grip for the terrain they're going to be in. The next thing is going to be the flexibility of the boot. You know how it comes up to the knee. How flexible is it? Is it going to keep me real stiff, or does it, kind of move with my body and gives me a little bit more free range of motion? The next thing I'm going to look for is water resistance. How well does it keep the water out of my shoes? Early mornings, you have a lot of mist that's on the water, on the soil or on the grasses, or sometimes you're maybe hunting by a pond or some place that may be a little lightly flooded. Water protection is good. You don't want to be sitting in or walking in water in your boots. You don't want water sitting in your boots. The next thing is overall just construction. How well is it built? Are the materials going to stand up to the environment? Specifically us here in South Texas, we have a lot of brush. We have a lot of mesquite trees, the little thorny plants. I would hope that they would, work and not get, punctured. But also just, is there a lot of leather that may be getting scratched up? Is there a lot of fabric? Things like that are gonna, increase or decrease the longevity of your snake boot. And finally, the last thing that I probably look at when I'm looking at snake boots is the ring on top of the snake boot. Is it comfortable? Is it padded? Am I gonna start getting blisters? That's some problems I've ran into with some other snake boots. I'll get blisters in the back of my heels or right around where the cuff is on the top of the snake boot because it just didn't have enough cushion for my legs. So what's going on, guys? My name is Robert. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about snake boots, apparently. So, without further ado, I have them here with me. We're going to go ahead and get into it. So, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the ones I've had for the past, I would say 3 years, give or take, 2 to 3 years at least. As you can tell, they are still fairly muddy. But, yeah, so these are Rockies. I will link them down below in the description for anyone who is interested. I've had these things for a very, very long time. And as I said in the intro, a lot of the things I look for in a snake boot, these things cover it. And they cover it at a good price point. So these snake boots cost me under $150. So that's what we're going to focus on today. But yeah, so these snake boots have really, really good traction. Again, not sponsored video, just talking about snake boots. Again, I've had many snake boots where they just gave me a lot of trouble. Some I wore them like 2 or 3 times and I was like, that's it, because they just started giving me blisters. But yeah, so these have really, really excellent traction for different types of terrain. For me specifically, I do a lot more here in the South Texas region, so I'm not so much in the hill country, but it's nice to have the traction if I need it when I do go up there. The next thing is it's pretty good hard sole, because when you are in the hill country, sometimes you don't see rocks. You end up kicking a rock, and if you have a soft toe, well, you're gonna have a little bruise there the next day. But yeah, so this thing, it has a little bit of leather here, but the neat thing about these is that they are very flexible. They move with my legs. When I'm walking, they don't make me feel like I'm walking stiff, I have a little bit of freedom to move. They do have an adjustable buckle here on top. I usually don't ever mess with that. I leave it the way it is. The only thing I do adjust with is the Velcro strap. That's the only thing that I really clamp down. It does zip all the way up and down. And again, it's supposed to be resistant to snakes. Haven't had the chance to actually try that out, and I hope I never have to. Now, the reason I've stuck with these also so long is because, one, They are very comfortable to walk around in all day. I've walked around in these things all day without any blisters, without my feet hurting, anything crazy like that. They do have a good heel. So previous snake boots that I've had, they would give me blisters in my heel or blisters up here on the top because they weren't padded enough. But these do that. One little secret weapon that I did add, which I'll show you guys right now, is insoles. I put them in on top of the insoles it already comes with. So I didn't take away the original factory insoles, I just added to it. It does make my foot a little bit tighter in there, but I don't have a problem with it. It's not uncomfortable for me. But yeah, if it does make it uncomfortable, you can always put your own insoles that you really want in there. The shoes, the insoles it comes with aren't bad, they're comfortable, but I was gonna throw these work boots out and I had the insoles in there. I was like, man, what do I do with these things? They're already cut out, you know. They fit boots. Well, might as well put them in here. That way they don't go to waste. Now these are also pretty much water resistant. I've been in water, I would say up to maybe chin high or so. Well, I guess not chin high, but calf high or so. And they didn't let water seep in. So far so good with these. Again, I've had these things for at least probably closer to 3 years and still performing well, still wear these things as you can tell. Great pair of snake boots if you're looking for something that's not too crazy expensive, you know, nothing in the $300 range, something under $150. Those are going to be personally my favorite snake boots that I've had. Again, I've had some cheaper snake boots that just left me blisters, hurt my feet, or were just too tight around my calf, one or the other. So yeah, guys, I hope you appreciate that short video on snake boots. Again, a lot of people are going to be looking for this as we approach September. Making this video in August before dove season, but you probably aren't seeing it till about September. But yeah, guys, appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys later. Bye-bye.